We've all been there, staring at that important task, knowing we should start, but somehow finding ourselves scrolling through social media instead. But here's the fascinating truth. What's happening in your brain at that moment is way more complex than simple laziness or lack of willpower. Welcome to the cutting-edge science of procrastination, where groundbreaking research is revealing something incredible about how our minds work. Think of procrastination as your brain running a sophisticated cost-benefit analysis, but with a twist. Scientists have actually mapped this out in something called Temporal Motivation Theory, which shows that your motivation is like a mathematical equation. It's the product of what you expect to achieve and how much you value it, divided by how far away it feels and how easily distracted you are. Mind-blowing, right? But here's where it gets really interesting. Your emotions are pulling the strings behind the scenes. Top researchers Pickle and Siroas discovered that when we put off tasks, we're actually using procrastination as an emotional escape hatch. It's like your brain's version of hitting the snooze button on uncomfortable feelings. Sure, it feels good in the moment, but we're actually setting ourselves up for an even bigger emotional tsunami later. And the neuroscience? It's revolutionary. Brain scans have uncovered that chronic procrastinators have a unique neural signature, an oversized fear center in the brain that's not playing nice with the part that helps us stay focused and make decisions. It's like having an overeager alarm system that keeps drowning out your rational thinking, creating this perfect storm of delay. Now, here's something that'll blow your mind. Your brain actually plays a fascinating trick on you when it comes to future tasks. Scientists discovered that a specific part of your brain, the dorsomedial prefrontal cortex, actually goes into sleep mode when thinking about future work. It's like your brain is wearing rose-tinted glasses, making you believe that future you will somehow have an easier time with the task. Spoiler alert, the work doesn't get any easier by waiting. But hold on, here's a plot twist that might surprise you. Not all procrastination is your enemy. In fact, some people are what researchers call active procrastinators. These productivity ninjas actually harness the pressure of deadlines to supercharge their creativity and efficiency. They're like athletes who perform best in the clutch. But there's a catch. If you're a passive procrastinator, you're probably all too familiar with that overwhelming stress and anxiety as deadlines creep closer. Your personality plays a huge role in this story too. The science is fascinating. Researchers have found that people who score low on traits like organization and discipline are more likely to procrastinate. And if you're someone who gets easily distracted, that smartphone buzzing in your pocket is like kryptonite to your productivity. Speaking of distractions, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Our modern world is basically a procrastinator's playground. Between endless social media notifications, addictive apps, and workspaces that look like digital war zones, it's like trying to study in the middle of a carnival. But don't worry, this story has a solution, and it's backed by solid research. One of the most powerful strategies is something I call the micro-wins approach. Instead of facing that mountain of work all at once, you break it down into tiny, conquerable chunks. Think of it like eating an elephant. You do it one bite at a time. When you start scoring these quick wins, something magical happens. You build unstoppable momentum. Here's a game changer that research swears by: external deadlines. They're like your productivity superhero, swooping in to save you from the siren call of Netflix and social media. But here's the really cool part. You don't need a boss or teacher breathing down your neck. You can hack your own motivation by creating what scientists call commitment devices. Imagine putting $20 on the line that goes to your least favorite cause if you miss your self-imposed deadline. Suddenly that project feels a lot more urgent. Let me introduce you to your new best friend, the Pomodoro technique. It's like having a personal trainer for your brain. The magic number? 25 minutes. That's it. You'd be amazed what your brain can accomplish in these focused power sessions. And the best part? Those little breaks in between feel like well-earned rewards instead of guilty procrastination. Now, here's where the science gets really interesting, something researchers call implementation intentions. Think of them as your brain's autopilot system. Instead of relying on willpower alone, you create these powerful if-then commands. When that phone starts calling your name at 8 p.m., your pre-programmed response kicks in automatically. It's like installing antivirus software for distractions. But wait, there's an even deeper level to this. Cognitive behavioral therapy has uncovered something fascinating about procrastination. Those little lies we tell ourselves? You know the ones. I do my best work under pressure, or I need to wait for the perfect moment. They're actually sabotaging your success. The research shows that challenging these thoughts is like updating your brain's operating system. Here's another mind-blowing discovery. Being kind to yourself actually makes you more productive. I know, it sounds counterintuitive, right? But studies show that beating yourself up about procrastinating actually makes it worse. Instead, practicing mindfulness and self-compassion is like giving your brain a productivity upgrade. When you forgive yourself for past procrastination, you're actually less likely to do it again. And here's the final piece of the puzzle. It's all about reframing. Instead of seeing that assignment as just another task to check off, try this psychological hack. Connect it to your bigger life goals. When that report becomes a stepping stone to your dream career, your brain suddenly sits up and pays attention. It's like flipping a switch from have to want to. Let's talk about your workspace. It's not just about aesthetics. It's about creating your personal productivity fortress. Think noise-canceling headphones as your force field against distractions, website blockers as your digital bodyguards, and a clean desk as your launchpad to success. The science shows that your environment shapes your behavior more than you think. And here's a secret weapon that top performers swear by: social support. Having an accountability partner isn't just about avoiding embarrassment. It taps into deep psychological mechanisms that transform your maybe later into let's do this now. Whether it's a study buddy or a virtual co-working session, you're literally rewiring your brain's reward system. Now, here's where things get really fascinating. Procrastination isn't just a bad habit, it's wired into our DNA. Twin studies revealed that about half of our procrastination tendencies are inherited. But here's the incredible part. Your genes aren't your destiny. Your brain is like a supercomputer that you can reprogram. Think about it. Every time you choose between Netflix and that important task, you're not just making a simple decision. You're in an epic battle between your present self and your future self. But now you have the scientific artillery to win this battle. The real question isn't whether you can change. The research proves you can. The question is, what's your first move going to be? Because here's the mind-blowing truth. The same brain that makes you procrastinate is powerful enough to transform your entire life. And that's the secret that most people will never understand about procrastination. It's not about time management, it's about mastering your mind. Now you know what 99% of people don't. The exact neural mechanisms behind procrastination and the scientifically proven weapons to overcome it. The only question left is, what are you going to do with this power? See you in the next deep dive into the science of human potential.